Siamo qui nello stand di Aputure e ci faremo raccontare le novità da Neris. Hi Neris.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. So, what's new in the house?
So 2018 has been the year of the upgrade for Aputure. We've taken a lot of everyone's favorite products that we've made over the past few years. We're a very, very young company, but we're working really, really innovatively. We're trying really hard to innovate a lot of new products. So a lot of our lights this year are upgrades. So the first major upgrade that we just released last month is the 120D Mark II. So the 120D, the first version was a crowd favorite. Everyone loves the 120D. But we took a lot of the things that we love about the 120D Mark I and we've added a lot of new things. So the Mark II is 25% brighter than the 120D Mark I. The 120D Mark I had 2 power units, but now this is all-in-one power. It's an all-in-one power box. It's made of aircraft-grade aluminum, so very, very durable. You now have color-coded Nutric cable locks, 5-pin DMX controls. You can dim all the way down to 1%. Most LEDs you can only go down to 10%, but this one you can go all the way down to 1%, all the way up to 100%. We got in trouble because the lights were too bright, so I'll show you in a minute how bright it gets. What's cool about this one though is that you also now you have different lighting effects. So you can do customizable lighting effects. You can simulate lightning and different frequencies of it. You can simulate paparazzi. You can simulate a television or even fireworks. It's also remote controllable, so you can be your own gaffer with this wireless remote control, and you can pair up all the different lights. It has a very strong antenna over up to 100 meters away on a 2.4 gigahertz channel. The light itself, also the Mark II, has a lot of body upgrades. It's an aircraft-grade aluminum fiber build, so it's really, really strong and durable. It has a heat sink. It doesn't get hot because it has a very advanced heat sink. It has a built-in fan, but you can get really close, you won't hear it. You can bring the mic right up to it, you won't hear it. It draws 150 watts of power, but gives you the brightness of a 1,000 watt tungsten light equivalent, rated for 5,500 Kelvin.
How about accessories like barn doors, stuff like that?
Yeah, you can put barn doors on it. These are actually our brand new, we just released 5 new accessories. One of them is the felted barn doors. We have new soft boxes. All of these are this light. You can just put all kinds of different space lights, China balls, softballs, barn doors, ellipsoidals, Fresnels. So next up is the Aputure MW. W stands for waterproof. This light is waterproof for up to 3 meters. We are pushing for 5 or 10 meters, but we're not there quite yet, so we know for sure we can do 3 meters. The Aputure MW is twice as bright as the Aputure MX, which is another new release that we have this year. The MX was twice as bright as the M9, which is a crowd favorite amongst everyone. The MX was the brightest mini LED on the market. This is now twice as bright as that, twice the battery life, half the heat, and half the weight. So it's a really big upgrade. You can see it gets really punchy. It also has all of the effects as the 120D Mark II. So you have kind of this mini LED that can do a lot of different things. It also has, it's gonna come with several different gels, so it can be really customizable. You can cut out your own gels if you want to, and then pop them in, and it'll be really, really durable and stay, even if you go underwater. A lot of different lighting effects that you can do. It has a really advanced heatsink in the back, so it's not gonna get too hot. You can carry it around. And on minimum power, you can have over 24 hours of battery life. So you can throw that on your camera and you can just have a catch light or an eye light with you all day on set.
Really, really impressive.
Thank you.
Is it shipping this right now?
This is gonna be shipping at the end of the year.
Okay.
So December it'll be available all worldwide.
Another product here, would you like to tell us, what is it?
Yes, so again, the theory of Aputure, our foundation, our philosophy is that your light should be very, very malleable. You should be able to do whatever you want. So we make a ton of accessories that are all bones melt that go with our 120 and 300 lights. The most exciting new accessory that we have, I think, is the Aputure ellipsoidal lens. Ellipsoidal lenses come from theater, and we're bringing that to cinema now. So an ellipsoidal lens basically can give you a really, really sharp cut. If you look up at the ceiling, you have an extremely sharp looking light. You can cut out, let me pull this up. You can cut out different shapes and you can drop it into the ellipsoidal lens. It's a standard B mount, which means that it works with all the different theater, broadcast, television lights that you can now use in cinema. and it's also going to be Bowens mount. We're making the very first Bowens mount Lico mount. So the Bowens mount is the most universal mount that is available for lights. All the ellipsoidal lights right now have all been for theater only, so we're trying to bring that to cinema as well. It's going to give you a lot more control. You can make really, really sharp cuts, and you can also focus them in, put in barn doors or different gel holders, so you can get pretty much the most precise type of control over your light available.
Okay, I see something cool over here.
Yes, this is the light that we are most excited about coming out next year. This is the very first Aputure RGB light. This is a WWRGB light, so you have 5 different LEDs, which is going to allow you a lot of different control on it. So this is a party effect mode that we have right now, just to kind of demonstrate. It is a full 360-degree spectrum of RGB lighting. I will show you. It can get very, very, very bright. So now we have a dance party going on. Let's bring it down a little bit. So you have a lot of different options with this light. You have a lot of different modes. So you can go standard color temperature by color mode. So you can go from 10,000 Kelvin all the way down to 2,800 Kelvin with a green magenta shift. So you can really match it up to your, you know how cameras have different green and magenta shifts? You can have 10 different steps of range with that. And you can really fine tune to really match up with your camera exactly. You also have HSI mode. So you can manually go through the spectrum of RGB as you want, and you can adjust the saturation of it. We also will have WWRGB. This is kind of an advanced mode. You can fine tune the exact brightness of every single one of your RGB lights. So you can control the reds, the greens, the blues, all that jazz. Another cool thing that we're really excited about is we are going to have a gel mode, which means that you can have the entire range of Roscoe and Lee filters. So we're gonna have over 300 different built-in filters. You can put the filter over a 5600 Kelvin light or a 3200 Kelvin light. You can compare it color, gel, no gel. Again, over 300 different Roscoe and gel filters. We're all about customization. You can adjust the dimming curve, the fan mode. You can do DMX control if you want to rig up a bunch of different of the lights. You have different lighting effects as well. So you can simulate a police car if you want to. You can customize the different police car effects. So you can do red, blue and white. You can adjust the frequency of them. So right now, you can customize these effects. You can do different fireworks and stuff like that. We're working on a new app that will open up kind of a library of different effects that you can do. I'm gonna change this because it's gonna mess with your cameras. We have a new accessory that's gonna come with it called the color picker, and you're gonna be able to point at something and it'll reproduce that effect. So you can point it at a television and it'll reproduce that television. You can point it at fire and it'll reproduce the fire.
So you can sample, a color on through time, you mean?
Yeah, you can sample through time and then you can save it and then bring it back so that you can simulate that fireplace later on or that lightning effect later on.
What is going on, guys? Ciao a tutti. Basically, we're going over the new Light Dome 2. The Light Dome 2 is the upgraded version of our previous softbox, the Light Dome. So this right here is a 36-inch across parabolic softbox, and with the version 2, what we've done is we've done a couple key upgrades. Now, number one, first is the shotgun build. The previous Light Dome used to plug in 16 rods. It was a fast softbox, but a lot of people told us not fast enough, so we're working on it, and the new Light Dome softbox now has quick release shotgun 1 easy build. So now, in the matter of 2 to 4 seconds, I can build the entire softbox. So you can see, I've got it right down here, and all I have to do to open this is, and now I've opened the entire softbox in the clatter of 2 seconds, and all I have to do now is I put a Bowens mount here, and with this Bowens mount, I can grab this and mount this onto any Bowens mount light.
Sorry?
This one right here.
This side?
Just trying not to hit people. But now this entire softbox can snap on. If I want to diffuse this, on the front I have 2 different types of diffusion material. I have a magic cloth material and a full gridless. So I can choose how soft I want the quality of the light to be. That'll snap directly onto the front as well. Now when I want to close the dome, all I have to do is walk over, demount the dome, and right here you can actually see these little levers. These levers, all they'll do is they'll snap and stop the pressure from the actual dome. So I just push in, and each of these will now just shut down super, super simply. So the entire dome now can be built and broken.
It's really quick.
Really quick. Rolls up into something about the size of a camping tent. and now you have moving mobile soft light anywhere you need it.
Do you have a new case also?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so this is actually something that we haven't shown on camera before to really anybody. So I walk over here. This is the new case. It looks about the size of a traditional tripod case. All I do is just put this in, and this will actually hold everything in one easy container. So it's all custom fit, made by Aputure for Aputure users.
Really, really fast.
Yes, indeed. Soft light on the go. So this just came out really recently, I think about 10 days ago. These are the new Light Dome 2. There's also a Light Dome Mini 2, which is about 24 inches across if you want a shallower version of soft light. And then the other accessories, of course, that we released in that same batch are the barn doors, the Chimera light bank, and then the Easy Box 2. So 5 new accessories from Aputure, but of course I think the one everyone's the most excited about is the Light Dome 2 right here. This is shipping now.
Really? Okay.
It is out of stock now. It's really a way more efficient way of thinking about lighting. So I really urge a lot of you cinema guys out there, be open-minded to this because it's coming, it's more efficient, and really, for you photo guys out there, you guys already know.
Thanks, Ted.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys.